movie star, I ain't a ball player, but if you ask me what I do it all, player.
Alright, so I'm here with Hoodie Allen. Hoodie, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
The first question I'd like to ask you is, welcome to Kelowna, of course, and the first question would be, what's your first impressions of Kelowna so far?
Well, the only thing that I've seen in Kelowna so far is the main stage last night at Center of Gravity, and from that it seemed very exciting, very crazy, like a lot of energy, a lot of people walking around, doing everything lined up for the concert, so I'm excited for today.
Are you going to party after the show, or...?
Yeah, probably, if it's a good show. You know, we got a long flight back, so we might as well make most of the night.
There you go, that's the spirit. For people who've not heard a Hoodie Allen track before, which one would you recommend? What's the one that best encapsulates your sound?
That's hard to say. I mean, I think the easiest thing would just go with the most popular one, which is a track called No Interruption, which I think gives a good balance of a really sort of upbeat but bass-heavy track that's got, like I like to think about it, it's like, you know, it hooks you in from the beginning, and then before you know it, it's a sing-along track, and then you're like, damn, I didn't realize like it was going to be catchy also. So I like doing that, you know, having really good rhymes, but as well just like a very catchy sort of chorus and, you know, song structure.
Totally. 2013 is a huge year for you.
Is it?
It is,
okay.
man. You've got,
if you say so.
You've got a new EP coming out, yeah?
Yeah, acoustic project, yeah.
You've got your debut LP coming up in the fall. You are turning 25. You're doing tons of touring. What are you most excited about? What are you like, yes, I can't wait to do this?
Well, we just announced the U.S. and Canada tour, and by Canada I mean Toronto. So we announced the U.S. and Toronto tour, which I'm very stoked on. That just went on sale. And yeah, other than the little acoustic project we're doing, I'm working on the album right now, and you know, that's sort of a big debut project in a way. And so I'm very excited to get that out there and see how it responds. You know, people respond to it.
Cool. You do lots of cool stuff with your fans. You've got the mobs. You've got the hangouts that you do, Hoodie Hangs. And what inspired all that? Are you just that sort of person, like really social and interacting with your fans, or is there another reason?
I mean, that's definitely my personality, and I just sort of feel that in this day and age, like, we have a great opportunity to connect with the people, you know, with your audience, whatever it is you do, you know, if you're a business or if you're a musician, like, there's just a great opportunity to talk to people, get feedback, and also interact and engage with them. So, you know, it's just been my personal philosophy to take advantage of that as much as possible, and kind of make, you know, less of a barrier between artist and fan, like try to blur those lines more.
Yeah. I read online last year when All American came out, you kind of said everyone who buys it and signs up, I'll give everyone a personal phone call to thank them, and you got like 30,000 people sign up or something like that.
I think it's like 12 or 13,000 that actually signed up. Yeah, a lot of voicemails, like no one will pick up, so I'm leaving people voicemails, but every time I do get someone on the phone, it's really great, because we get to have like a cool, you know, at this point in time, like, you know, they don't even expect the call, they forgot that they signed up, so it's pretty fun for me to have like a kind of surprising, genuine conversation with people.
What's the best reaction you've had? Have you had people cry and stuff like that?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that is sometimes a reaction, but the funny thing is most people will almost act unexcited.
Just cool about it.
Super cool, almost like, oh, I'm sorry that I was bothering you. Like, is this a bad time? Like, I'll go. I don't mean to call you. And then like they'll tweet me later, like, oh, that was crazy. I was like, you didn't make me feel like it was crazy. You made me feel like you didn't care. So I think people just sometimes they're shy. They didn't expect it. So it's fun.
A little bit nervous talking to you.
Yeah, maybe a little nervous.
I know you've always been passionate about music, and you've always been into music. But it's been a pretty meteoric rise for you for the last couple of years. It wasn't that long ago you were working at Google.
For sure.
The fact that you had a career to begin with and you had something to fall back on, has that allowed you to take more risks, or?
Well, you know, the thing is, I don't think you can be successful if you're always looking and sitting on the fact that, oh, I have a fallback position. So, you know, for me, I wanted to finish college because I wanted to do that. That was something that was also important to me aside from music. But once I did finish, it was like, okay, I know that really what I want to do is music. So making that jump was just about the fact that, like, you're either going to put 100% into it and it's going to work, or you're going to return to, you know, a normal life. It's just it's good that maybe I would be a little bit more employable than if I had dropped out at this point. But yeah, I don't think you can think like a fallback plan.
Right, fair enough. As someone who's worked for Google, I'm wondering if we can get a little political here, maybe.
Okay.
someone who's worked for Google, and I know that with All American, in part, you named it that because you believe that the freedoms you've got in the US have allowed you success in a way. I read that online anyway.
I mean, it's like a multi-varied meaning. It's sort of like, you know, at the surface, like the American dream, blah blah.
Yeah.
You know, my story is like a really underdog sort of tale. Also, you know, in high school and college, you sort of refer to someone as All-American when they are stand out in some sort of scholastic or athletic or some sort of way.
All-American
So
quarterback.
this was like that parallel on a music level as well.
All right. Well, what I was going to ask you is if you have an opinion about the whole NSA, Edward Snowden type thing, if you have a specific feeling about that.
Well, loaded question for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I think people get most up in arms when it feels like their privacy or their information is compromised, and it's a very unsettling feeling. And it's interesting because we put so much of ourselves out there on the internet, especially someone like myself, or from Facebook to Twitter, and I think we, you know, maybe naively believe that, you know, our information is safe and that government people aren't selling our information, people aren't listening to our phone calls, and you know, I'm in support of you know, anyone who's championing the fact that we should have our rights. We shouldn't, you know, it's like a, you know, I know what's the latest with that he's been Russia and they sort of extradited him for a year. I mean, I don't know, like. It's bad to think, without getting too conspiracy theorists, is that like those are the sort of people who like disappear in a sense, you know, from the world and like from the media, and I just hope that he is able to somehow find a normal life from here on out.
For sure. Bringing it back to music, you put all your stuff out independently. What's the biggest challenge with that for you? Is it distribution? I would imagine that's probably the...
Well, yeah, all the distribution is definitely digital. It comes from with pace. You know, either people are going on their phones buying it, or they're going on the computer buying on iTunes. That hasn't, you know, that's, I don't know. I think that's where everything's going. People still like to buy physical CDs, but at the end of the day, you know, the closer it is, the better. And you know, most people will just buy my album on their phones. Doing things independently, the hardest challenge probably is that you just have to really believe in the decisions you make and the music that you're putting out, and create a plan. You know, most people have really big teams. I don't have a big team, but I work really hard to sort of think about marketing strategies and how do you roll out a video and make it successful. How do you reach a new market? So it's just a full-time job. Luckily, it's something that I love to do, so it doesn't feel like it as much.
Cool.
But yeah.
I think the last question we'll end with is, what do you want for your birthday? You turn 25 in, like, what is it, 16 days or something?
Something like that.
Couple of
weeks. Maybe never. Yeah, I would like. I don't know. I'm not good with birthday gifts, man.
I'm the same, man. Totally the
I
same.
don't know. Like, there's nothing that I really want except, you know, have a nice dinner with my family, my friends. That's really all, just to sort of celebrate and hang out, because I do work so much, and I feel like if there's one thing that I regret, I don't see like my friends as much as I should, or my family. So yeah, that's all I really would like for my birthday.
We were actually debating a little earlier today. We were like, should we take him a cupcake for his birthday? And then we looked at it, because I knew it was in August, but I didn't know when. And I looked and I was like, it's like 16 days away. It might be a bit creeper territory. Like, it's too far away still.
I appreciate the sentiment. Thank you, guys. Nah, no cupcakes. That's all good.
You've got everything you need here, Alex.
I've got way too much food here to handle anyway.
All right,
that's all good.
Thanks so much, man.
Dude,
I really appreciate it.
Thank you for good interview, man.
Looking forward to your show. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, no, very excited. A little nervous. Hopefully people know me and are receptive to it, or we'll make a bunch of new fans today.
Ain't no wonder why we celebrate. Hold up, you ain't invited, homie. You can make a cake, 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 cake. Homie, you can make a cake, 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 cake. And it's not even my birthday.